All right, I think we're live now. Gonna go ahead and say hello to everybody out there in Facebook land. Um, my name is Kerwin Flaherty. I'm with Office Technology at Central Texas College. I'm here today to talk to you about our department and our programs that we have. I put together a little slide deck, and let me go ahead and share my screen so we can take a look at that. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Are you seeing that all right?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Let's go back. So, if you want a copy of these slides, they're available at that short little link right there. There's a lot of information in here, and if you want to be able to reference back to it, go ahead and write that down, and then you don't have to worry about taking notes while we go through this. You can just kind of pay attention to the dulcet tones of my voice. First thing is, I just want to say, you know, we at the college really appreciate all of the hard work that all of our students are doing right now. And, I've heard personally some of the hardships that some of my students have been going through. And I'm just incredibly impressed by the level of resiliency and tenacity that my students have displayed during this period. And, I just want to say for myself, and I think I can speak for all of the faculty and administration, that we really appreciate you supporting us through this, and um, uh, we promise to keep supporting you as much as we can through this difficult period. Um, Thank you. All right, so now done with the with that. Let's move on to the more interesting stuff. Office Technology, our mission statement is to provide students with a variety of in-depth and modern competency-based education programs to prepare them for employment at a professional and/or medical office career. That sounds like a lot, but that's kind of just our driving force behind all of the things that we do and all of the decisions that we make in our department. And um, I think that'll become clear as we go through some of our programs and the way that we offer classes in our department. Um, So we are located in the Sid M. Weiser Career and Technology Education Center. We have an actual classroom there, and our department office is there as well. If when this all blows over, you want to come check us out, that's where we are. Um, this is a lovely photo of our staff, of our faculty and staff. This was at graduation, I think, 2 years ago. Um, we're a small bunch, and we're pretty close because we work with each other a lot. We see each other pretty much every day, or we did. We still do. We communicate a lot via text and email and stuff. So we're a pretty close department. Um, so before we get into the actual programs that we have, one of the things I wanted to talk about is all of our certificates in office technology are stackable, and what that means is that as you work through our different certificates, they build on top of each other. And so, if you look at the top of that pyramid there, you can see the top of that is sort of your diploma, and each of those little bricks building up to the top, that's the certificate, and they all sort of rely on each other to get you to that diploma, to that that associate's degree. And one of the reasons we do that is because we know that our student population is very mobile, and it can be very important for them to have something to show for their hard work. If they have to PCS away from us, they'll have something that they can use to try to get some employment wherever it is that they end up. All right. So our office technology programs. Um, we have 3 certificates: support, professional, and specialist. And you can see the semester hours required for each of those certificates there. And then our associate's degree is shown there as well. And of course, that's 60 semester hours. Those are pictures of some of the books that we use. The Office Technology program is a very comprehensive and sort of wide-ranging program. you cover a lot of material in that program, and you learn a lot of really interesting and very useful useful skills and software. Our medical office technology programs, we have 4 certificates for that and 2 degrees, and that's because uh, the medical office side is kind of split into 2 different tracks. And so we have the medical office side, and that's more focused on um, it's like the office technology program, but we're gearing it more towards wanting you to be able to get employment as an office professional in a medical office and doing things like you know reception work at a small clinic, or a unit clerk at a hospital, those kind of jobs. And then we also offer the medical coding and billing program, which is sort of reviewing medical records for completeness and uh, applying codes so that you can submit them to insurance companies for reimbursement. It's very important work, and it's one of the things that allows a hospital or a clinic to be successful is having that good medical billing and coding foundation to their clinic. So we have 5 delivery modes that we use in office technology. Um, some of these I'm sure you're familiar with, but just to do the rundown, traditional is what you think of when you think of school. It's the typical chalk and talk, teacher up in front of the classroom. Um, you meet 2 or 3 times a week, and that's about it. Um, we offer those classes for a couple of our classes, but they're just not as popular because a lot of our students, they're very busy, and they have lives, and so it can be very difficult for them to have a regular schedule. Uh, so because of that, we also offer online, which is again what you would think of as a normal online class. We use Blackboard, and it's semester based. You have a due dates and assignments every week, and you communicate with your instructors primarily through Blackboard and email. Um, and then we also have our online blended program, and that's kind of a combination of the two. You usually have at most 1 meeting a week. Typically, every 2 weeks is what you'll have for your meetings, and you'll go over the material. You'll cover important topics. Homework will be assigned, and then you'll also communicate with your instructor via Blackboard, and that's how that class is structured. So it's kind of a best of both worlds type situation. Then we also have our open entry classes, open entry self-paced. Uh, that is done in our CATE, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but the CATE is the Career and Technology Education Center. But open entry is, there's no semester to it. Basically, when you want to take classes, you come to us. We build a class tailored specifically to you. It's you come to school at the schedule that you set up with us, and it's it's very useful for a lot of students, that especially if you decide to come to class, come to school in between semesters. It can be very difficult because then you have to wait, the 2 months before the next semester starts typically. But with us, we can just put you into one of our open entry programs, and you can get rocking. Blended open entry is just like before. It's a combination of the open entry and online, and so you do half of your hours online, and then you do half of your hours with us in the CATE. Wrong direction. So the Career Technology Education Center, or CATE as we call it. So that's where we do all of our open entry and self-paced classes at. It looks like a computer lab, but it's a classroom. You come, and you set up in your workspace, and you work on your classes in there. You set up your own schedule. So when you sign up for your class, you'll give us the days of the week and the times that you want to come. During the before times, the way that it worked is you would we were open from 8 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays it was 8 to 12. Any period in there, you could tell us that that's when you wanted to come, and we would be there, ready for you to come and uh, set up and use our computers in there. One of the great benefits of the CATE is that we always have a couple of instructors in there, and so you always get that one-on-one education. And so if you're a little less comfortable using the computer, or a little unsure about starting back to school, it's a great tool for that because you can sort of work through at your own pace, but also you have us to fall back on when you get stuck and you need help. And it can really be really useful for a lot of people that have been out of school for a little while. So as part of our transition to meet recommendations from the state, we had to transition all of our K classes to online. And what that's meant basically is that we're just online now. We're still open entry self-paced. We're still, we still have the one-on-one education, and we're still always available. We've been meeting with students, via video calls, phone calls, text message, email. Tried to use carrier pigeons, but we're really not that great at training birds, so that didn't work very long. But we we've been very successful at transitioning to online, and we hope to continue to do it as long as we have to, and it'll be good. This is a resource that we gave to all of our students. This is a nonprofit. If you are having trouble getting a PC for your home so that you can continue your education, this is a great resource to look at. They have really low cost computers for people. They also have very low cost wireless internet that you can get. So if you need help with that, this is a great resource for that. They're a nonprofit, so if you also have some of that mythical extra money, they're also a great charity to give to. Um, as a computer geek, I really appreciate their mission. So here's some of the meat and potatoes. So if you are a new student and you would like to come, if any of what I have said so far was enticing to you, um, this is the process that you would go through. You would first need to fill out an application on the CTC website. The URL is there for your edification. You would contact Veronica Martin, who is the director of CATE Advising. Her email and 2 phone numbers are listed there as well. If you are a returning student or a current student, you probably already know this, but just just to cover it in depth and be complete, you would contact Miss Wenzel, email her there. The phone number is listed there. Big points. This is something that we've been having issues with, but make sure you include your student ID. Your hang on just a second. Sorry, somebody of course decided to ring my doorbell in the middle of this. But so make sure you include your student ID number, the class you want to enroll in, the date you want your classes to start, days and times you want to attend. It's very, very important. And let's see. So here's our contact information for the faculty. You can email or call us there. Here's CATE Advising again. If you have any questions about your degree plan, if you need to make any changes to your degree plan, anything like that, this is who you need to contact. They'll be able to help you right away. Miss Martin, we really, really appreciate the hard work that they've been doing for us. Okay, so at this point, I guess I'll open it up to questions. Does anybody have any questions?
Sorry. We do have a question, and it's this. Are summer classes still going to be online?
As of right now, yes. We're playing it by ear, and as of right now, that is the plan. We we talked about trying to do some mixed classes, but we're still sort of waiting for guidance. So, but yeah, as of right now, the plan is online.
Why would I choose one of the CTC office programs over another school?
Uh, so there's a lot of reasons. One, of course, is you'd get to see my smiling face every day. Um, but more seriously, there are some other programs in the area in the community. I would caution you against some of those programs for a number of reasons. One is cost. Um, so we are a very inexpensive option. Even among community colleges, we have a very low tuition rate. Some of the other programs in our area are very expensive, um, and you could end up paying as much as what it costs to get an undergrad degree or a bachelor's degree. Just finishing your associates. The other thing is accreditation. Our program is accredited. We're regionally accredited, um, and that's really important. And if you have questions about that accreditation, you feel free to message me. We're always working on getting ready for the upcoming accreditation check. So I've got plenty to tell you about it. Anything else?
And then the other question I have is, um, can you kind of explain for people that have not been in your classes yet how you have made the transition now? And I know that you mentioned, you were communicating via
Oh yeah.
phone and all that, but can you be a little bit more specific as to what it is, what a class looks like right now for the most part?
Oh, sure. Actually, I can show you. Let me reshare my desktop here. So for our CATE Center classes and our open entry classes that we had before, we used or continue to use software called Core Sites, which is it's Blackboard, but it allows us to offer the classes in a self-paced format. Um, and so we actually have a class that we call Office Technology: The Basics, and this is a class that one of our fantastic faculty members, Ms. McAnally, put together for us. And this class is actually something that we're going to enroll all of our students into to sort of help them uh, start with their education. And it's going to be essentially a class that will give you all the basics essentially of how to do class with us, how to do class online, all the different tools that are available to you, all of the policies that you need to be familiar with. But this is what it looks like. This is what a regular class looks like. You have all of your information here. Um, you know, Announcements, Blackboard messages. One of the things that we offer in our CATE classes is we have checklists, and all of the checklist is essentially a pared down version of the syllabus, um, and that's a tool that we offer to our students because it sort of helps them have a better understanding of all of the work that they're going to need to do, um, and we use a couple of different techniques to sort of teach those planning skills so that they can break down the class and not just feel like, oh, I have this mountain of work to do. We teach those planning skills so that you know how to approach it, so that you're not getting overwhelmed by all the assignments. But this is what it looks like. Is this coming through okay?
Yes, it is.
Great. And so this is what the basics course look like. Let me show you another class real quick. This is pharmacology, and again, it's we were able to transition all of our face-to-face classes to our online classes because fortunately for us, we had a lot of this stuff already online because we were already using these resources to sort of teach these classes. So we had a very quick transition to online. Very very helpful to us. But this is what the classes look like. And then on top of this, we like I said, we're using um, Blackboard Collaborate. We're using screen sharing technology. I've used GoToPC and similar software to help students that were having technical issues with assignments. We're being very flexible, I'll say, because we understand that this is an extraordinary time, and so we're really trying to be as flexible as we can, during this period, and we're trying to be as accessible as we can during this time as well, which I think is probably the most important thing. Is my I'm sure like many of you, my phone is glued to my hip, and so you can basically reach me anytime. Any other questions?
I think, let me see. I have a message, a comment here,
Hmm.
and it says he also loaned out his own PC to help.
Yeah, we had a student that was she was having issues with her computer, and I had made it clear to the other faculty members that I had this extra laptop, that if a student needed, they could borrow it. Because again, that's in the CATE, uh, we see our students every day, and so we develop very close relationship with them, and we want to see them succeed. And so you know the um, the other faculty member reached out and loaned out the laptop, and the student was able to finish the class successfully. So that's what it's all about. We want our students to be successful, and whatever we got to do to make that happen, we're going to do.
Awesome. So I don't really have any other major questions. I think for the most part, you've covered everything.
Excellent.
Thank you very, very much for participating. This was great. I hope that everybody got what information they needed, and hopefully, if they have questions, that they reach out to the department and the staff.
Yeah, please email me. You can email me directly or any of the faculty members that I showed before. Like I said, we're always available. And let me pop back to that real quick. Yeah, again, email or call any of us if you have any questions about starting classes, or you're not sure, or uh, you want to ask us what it's like to be an office professional or to work in medical coding and billing. We can answer those questions, and we can talk to you about it. Because those are conversations that we used to be able to have face to face with our students, um, and now we're doing it email to email or screen to screen. So feel free to call or email, and we can set up conferences or whatever we need to do to make it happen. Um,
All right. Well, thank you very much.
yeah,
I appreciate this, and I hope everybody got the information. Um, and we will see you guys shortly. Next week, we'll be having a few more live sessions, so we'll see you then. Thank you. Bye.